All right. Yo, yo, yo. What is good, everybody? Welcome to the What's Up podcast. My name is Jacob Crumb. Today, I would like to say some stuff, but first off, I just want to say I apologize for not making some content in a while because of procrastination purposes and also auditions. And yes, you heard that right, auditions. So let me keep you updated on what I did. So I think 2 days ago, is it? Yeah, on Wednesday, August 23rd, I auditioned for American Idol, and I would say that it was an amazing experience and one of the most comfortable ones that I ever did. And what's interesting about it is that I never expected it to be like so supportive because usually auditions are really scary. Like once you screw up, you're done. But it wasn't really that much of the case because the producers were calming people down and all that stuff, and I sang my song, and my song choice that I picked for the audition is What You Won't Do for Love by Bobby Caldwell. And amazing song, but rest in peace to Bobby Caldwell because he's an amazing musician. And I'm also going to perform at the amateur night auditions at the Apollo, which will happen on September 9 on Saturday at the Apollo Theater in New York City. And I wanted to go there early as I can because usually the auditions last from 9 o'clock to 5. So, the usual 9 to 5. And there's a football game at 2 o'clock. And I'm like, should I go there? Maybe not. It's not the right time. I just graduated from high school, and the game that my high school team is facing off against is one of their rivals, and especially it's a heated one because we actually we I mean I wasn't a part of the team, but like the team beated beated them in in the state finals, and it's a rematch, and I don't want to miss out on it. But at the same time, I'm like, I got the amateur night at Apollo auditions. I don't know what to do about it. But hey, it's cool. I mean, the homecoming game is gonna be on October 14th, which will be against yeah, our FCAC rivals in general. Are in general, I don't want to publicize the school because when I was the leader for the podcast club, there were lots of controversy whether or not we should publicize the club around to people around not really around the world, but you know um how should I say it? All right, so I don't know what to say. Yeah, but all I gotta say is that it is pretty controversial when it comes to publicizing, for my school, for my high school in general, and yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, so I mean, it's a short podcast in general, but I just want to summarize what I've did within the past 2 days and preparation. So, American Idol auditions were for me. It went okay, I guess, and the producer the producer was really supportive, and I was pretty happy about that too because even I when I sang "What You Won't Do for Love," I struggled because I didn't warm up my voice enough, and I was singing it in a cappella, which is pretty bad because usually what helps me out the most is when there's a when there's a backing instrumental to help me out with it, and also some of the notes I usually can't hit when I don't warm up, and that's actually going to damage my singing voice in the future, so I don't want to do that. And what's interesting is that a lot of people were pretty supportive of me doing American Idol, and they probably expected it, but at the same time they didn't. I mean, it's cool, but hey, if I get somewhere in life, I might as well give you some free tickets. Why not, right? All right, so That's my American Idol auditions, and the amateur night at the Apollo auditions will be happening, as I said before, Saturday, September 9. And the reason why I wanted to do amateur night at the Apollo is that it's a weekly talent show, and it is one of the most famous ones before America's Got Talent. And that's the and specifically that that theater, Apollo Theater on Harlem 125th Street, is one of the most famous theaters in Black American culture. Ella Fitzgerald, one of the greatest jazz artists of all time, started to gain fame at the Apollo Theater. S- uh, and a lot of modern singers and hip hop artists today like Drake performed there, and Tupac has also performed there. It is so amazing um to see Black American culture still thrive in a city where it's being gentrified like each and every single day, because you know New York City is changing, but at the same time, we also need to preserve our traditions. And it's not cool to see on real estate real estate in New York City in uh like in these influential areas, and it's usually places where families of immigrant descents came over, and they just took everything away from them. That's not fair. They were like, "Oh, we'll give you some money, and then we'll give you some money, and all you got to do is leave the place." And they left, and but at the end of the day, it's not really popular. It's not really popular, and it's also not even fair because of housing rights and all that stuff. So, uh, so such a mon to see such a monumental uh theater in America in general is amazing. Apollo Theater has been has been the home of many young talents rising up to the top of the Billboard charts and music in general. Also comedy too. It's the building place where a lot of people who want to reach it to this reach to stardom. That's the first place that you want to be, and that's why I wanted to do amateur night at the Apollo, so I can at least be somewhere, even though I might be eliminated and not get the grand prize of $20,000. It's fine. I got experience at the Apollo, and even though if I get booed off on stage, or if I get cheers while I'm performing, that's all that matters at the end of the day. It's something. All right, so that's the end of the podcast. Let me summarize it a bit, and we're just gonna end it up, and then I'll do my ending statements. My ending conclusion. I don't know how to explain it, but whatever. So basically, in this episode today, I talked about American Idol auditions and what I've been through, because I'm auditioning for American Idol auditions. I've also talked about New York City and more specifically at the Apollo Theater, and how this historical theater is still here to this day despite the modernization and gentrification of how of New York City in general. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening to this podcast, everybody. My name is Jacob Crumb, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace out, y'all. Have a good day. All right, now how do I end this stream?